WNBA season this year, and we know that Caitlin Clark's whistle was a strange one. We know that she had a very, very strange whistle, and we know that the reality of the situation is that she got flagrantly fouled 5 or 6 times.
Referees has definitely been playing a major role in who's winning games and who's losing games. That is the use of these WNBA referees pretty much altering games, changing the outcome of games, and something has to be done in regards to that matter. The WNBA...
You know what's crazier than Caitlin Clark's insane skills on the court? The fact that she's playing against more than just the other team. Yep, you heard that right. Clark's not just battling opponents, she's fighting a whole system that seems rigged against her. Imagine this. Clark's out there, breaking ankles and draining threes like it's nothing. But every time she gets touched, the refs act like they've gone blind.
We are seeing women just refuse to go to post-game media pressers because they don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark, or they refuse to answer any questions about Caitlin Clark. I'm sure you guys have seen the viral clips of the dirty plays and hard fouls being committed against Caitlin Clark. We have seen players on opposing teams celebrating when Caitlin Clark gets thrown to the ground. This is what the media is highlighting, because whether you guys like it or not, Caitlin Clark is the reason that a lot of these new fans are watching the WNBA.
It's like she's got a giant target on her back, and the league's just letting her get pushed around. Want to know how bad it really is? Stick around, because we're about to blow the lid off this whole mess. You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark's getting knocked around like a pinball out there. It's like she's got a giant target on her back, and the refs are just letting it happen. Can you believe it? Picture this. Clark's driving to the hoop. She's got that fire in her eyes, and bam, she gets slammed to the floor. Now you're thinking, that's gotta be a foul, right? Wrong. The refs are just standing there like nothing happened. It's insane. And get this, it's not just a one-time thing. This is happening game after game. Clark's getting pushed, shoved, even hit in the face. It's like she's playing rugby out there, not basketball. The rookie's tough as nails, but come on, this is ridiculous. Let's break down some of these crazy plays. Remember that game against Chicago? Clark got hit so hard, I thought I was watching WWE. She was going up for a layup, and next thing you know, she's eating hardwood. The ref didn't even blink. It's like they've got some kind of selective blindness when it comes to Clark. But here's where it gets wild. In the NBA, hits like these would have players ejected faster than you can say technical foul. LeBron James gets breathed on wrong, and it's a trip to the free throw line. But Clark? She's out here taking hits like a punching bag, and the refs are acting like they're watching paint dry. So what's the deal? Is there really a corrupt referee targeting Caitlin Clark? I mean, it sounds crazy, right? But when you see play after play where she's getting hammered with no whistle, you start to wonder, is someone trying to slow down the rookie sensation? Fans are going nuts about this. They're posting clips online, calling out the refs, demanding answers. Social media is blowing up with slow-mo replays of Clark getting clobbered. People are zooming in on refs' faces, trying to catch them looking the other way. It's like the whole basketball world is screaming, what's going on here? And you know what? They've got a point. When a player as good as Clark is getting treated like this, something's gotta give. The WNBA better wake up and smell the coffee, or they might have a full-blown crisis on their hands. Can you imagine if this keeps up? It's gonna be wild, I'm telling you. Remember when rookies were supposed to just learn the ropes? Well, Clark's out here rewriting the whole playbook. But get this, some players are saying she's getting special treatment. Special treatment? With all those uncalled fouls, something doesn't add up, and I've got the crazy stats to prove it. Let's talk about how Caitlin Clark is shaking up the WNBA. This rookie isn't just playing the game, she's changing it. Clark's breaking records left and right, and fans can't get enough. The league's seeing more viewers than ever before, and it's all thanks to Clark's star power. She's not just good, she's redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA. But here's the thing, with all eyes on Clark, every move she makes is under a microscope. The refs, they're in a tough spot. If they call too many fouls, people say they're babying her. If they don't call enough, it looks like they're letting her get beat up. It's like they can't win. Now, you won't believe this, but some players are actually saying Clark's getting special treatment. Can you imagine? With all the hits she's taking, some folks think she's getting favors. That's wild. But when you look at the numbers, it's a different story. As of June 28th, Clark had racked up 54 fouls. That's an average of 2.8 fouls per game, including 3 technicals. Does that sound like special treatment to you? But wait, it gets even crazier. Some fans are out there saying the league is trying to slow Clark down on purpose. Why? Because she's changing the game too fast. Clark's aggressive style, especially when she's driving to the hoop, is causing headaches for defenders and refs alike. She's taking hits that would make an NFL player wince, but the whistles aren't blowing. So how many uncalled fouls has Clark faced this season? The numbers are insane. While we don't have an exact count, just watch any game and you'll see Clark getting knocked around like a pinball. She's even said it herself. I think everybody is physical with me. They get away with things that probably other people don't get away with. When the star player is calling it out, you know it's bad. You know what's wild? This whole situation might actually change the WNBA rulebook. Some experts are saying the league needs to adapt to protect star players like Clark. Can you imagine? A rookie coming in and changing the entire way the game is officiated? That's the Clark effect for you. Clark's not just changing how the game is played. She's exposing a whole different ball game. Think the NBA and WNBA are just male and female versions of the same sport? Think again. There's a shocking difference in how physical contact is handled, and it's got everyone from fans to players to refs talking. What's really going on here? Let's talk about this double standard that's got fans heated. Imagine this. Same exact play, same contact, but one's in the NBA and one's in the WNBA. Guess which one gets the whistle? You got it. The NBA player. It's like night and day. In the NBA, players are treated like precious cargo. In the WNBA, it's more like survival of the fittest out there, and it's not just us fans noticing this. Players, coaches, even some refs are speaking up. You know it's bad when the officials themselves are raising eyebrows, but here's where it gets really wild. Some people are saying this rough play is just part of the game in women's basketball. Can you believe that? Since when did basketball turn into a combat sport? Think about it. If LeBron or Steph were getting knocked around like Clark, there'd be uproar. Fans would be losing their minds. The league would be in crisis mode. So why is it okay in the WNBA? It's like they're playing by different rules. Now, you might be wondering, just how different is WNBA officiating from the NBA? Well, hold on to your hats because the differences are shocking. Bo Borowski, a former basketball official, dropped this bomb. The treatment the Indiana Fever rookie superstar, dubbed by some as the savior of women's basketball, is getting on the court is par for the game. Par for the game? Are you kidding me? But wait, it gets even crazier. Monty McCutcheon, the big shot in charge of NBA referees, says, "We don't referee any individual player any different than any other individual player." Oh really? Then why does it look like Clark's playing rugby while everyone else is playing basketball? Here's the kicker. Clark herself is calling it out. She said, "I think everybody is physical with me. They get away with things that probably other people don't get away with." When the star player is saying it, you know it's real. You want to know how bad it is? In the NBA, some of these hits on Clark would have players ejected faster than you can say technical foul. But in the WNBA, it's just another day at the office. It's so wild, you'll be scratching your head wondering how this is even the same sport. Something's gotta change, and fast. Fast changes are needed, but hold up. What if I told you this officiating drama is causing ripples way beyond the court? We're talking young girls giving up on their hoop dreams, fans switching off their TVs, and sponsors getting cold feet. But there's a twist that nobody saw coming. Let's talk about how this whole mess with Caitlin Clark is shaking up women's basketball. It's not just about one superstar rookie getting roughed up anymore. This could change the game forever, and I'm not exaggerating. Think about it. If the WNBA is letting its biggest star get beaten up with no calls, what kind of message does that send? Young girls watching at home are seeing their hero get knocked around like a punching bag. You think that's gonna make them want to pick up a basketball? No way. It's crazy, but this isn't just about fairness on the court. We're talking about the future of the whole sport here. Will the next generation of ballers even want to play if this is what they see? It's a scary thought, right? And get this, it's not just the players feeling the heat. Fans are getting fed up and tuning out. Can you blame them? Who wants to watch their favorite players get clobbered with no consequences? And here's where it gets even wilder. Sponsors are starting to get nervous. You know it's bad when the money people are sweating. But wait, there's a twist in this story that'll blow your mind. Some folks are saying all this drama might be exactly what the WNBA needed. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. Remember when Clark got that tech for hitting the hoop? Everyone lost their minds. But here's the thing, it got people talking. Suddenly everyone's eyes were on the WNBA. Social media was blowing up, fans were arguing, and the league was trending like never before. So why did Clark get a tech for that when other players get away with way worse? The answer might surprise you. It's not as simple as you think. Some people are saying it's all part of a bigger plan to get more eyes on the game. Crazy, right? But here's the real kicker. All this controversy is forcing the WNBA to take a hard look at how they run things. They can't ignore it anymore. Changes are coming, and it might just be the shake-up women's basketball needs to reach the next level. Who would have thought a rookie could cause this much chaos? That's the Caitlin Clark effect for you. Alright, let's wrap this up. You know what's crazy? The WNBA's got a chance to turn this whole mess into something amazing. Imagine this. Caitlin Clark, the rookie superstar, leading the charge for a better, fairer game. It's like she's not just changing how basketball's played, but how it's run. Think about it. The league's got no choice but to step up now. They can't ignore all this drama anymore. And you know what? That might be exactly what women's basketball needs. It's like Clark's shaking things up so much. The whole sport's getting a makeover. But here's the thing. It's not just about Clark anymore. This is bigger than one player. It's about making sure every baller out there gets a fair shot. The WNBA's got to get serious about fixing these officiating issues if they want to keep growing. And trust me, with stars like Clark lighting up the court, growth is coming whether they're ready or not. So what's next? The ball's in the WNBA's court now. But one thing's for sure, women's basketball is never going to be the same after this. And you know what? Maybe that's exactly what it needed all along. Buckle up, folks, because the future of the WNBA is looking wild.